And with just a few days under his belt as housing minister, Gregor Robertson is facing intense criticism from across the political spectrum over his comments about home prices, stating that building more supply won't lower prices. Our correspondent Adam Zivo reports.
Canada's new housing minister, Greg Robertson, caused a stir this month when he claimed that housing prices don't need to fall and that the government should focus on building subsidized homes instead. His comments are economically illiterate and suggest that the Carney government isn't taking the national housing crisis seriously. Robertson said that he opposes bringing prices down because, for most Canadian families, their most valuable asset is their home. Canadian homeowners made extraordinary amounts of money by purchasing homes 10 to 30 years ago and seeing the value of their properties explode. They were able to do this mostly because government policies artificially propped up Canada's housing bubble by restricting the construction of new homes. The trade-off, though, has been that the market is now so inflated and so unaffordable that home ownership is almost impossible for younger Canadians. Essentially, older and more established Canadians got rich at the expense of younger generations. You can't fix that problem without deflating the market as a whole. That's just basic economics, which the housing minister, of all people, should understand. Let's illustrate this with an example. The average cost of a Toronto home is around $1.1 million right now. Let's imagine that you want to make housing in the city more affordable and that your goal is to ensure that most people can buy a home at around $700,000. Okay, well, where are they going to buy these homes from? For the most part, existing homeowners. So if you want people to be able to easily buy homes at $700,000, you need a large number of existing homeowners who are willing to sell their homes at $700,000. It's just like how if you want buyers to have access to $2 coffee, you need a market where people are willing to sell coffee for $2. What the minister is proposing, though, is a nonsensical system where buyers and sellers operate on different prices. A system where buyers somehow have access to $700,000 homes, even though homeowners are only selling for $1.1 million. It's like saying that you want people to be able to buy $2 coffee, but only if cafes can continue selling $3 coffee. That just doesn't make any sense at all. So what's Minister Robertson's solution? He thinks that cheaper homes should be provided not by the market, but by the government with the help of enormous subsidies. But relying on subsidized housing just isn't workable, because not only is it extremely expensive to build, the government only has the capacity to produce a small amount of it. To illustrate, the Canada Mortgage and Housing Corporation has committed almost $4 billion towards building just 16,000 subsidized units over several years. In contrast, Canada's private market produced around 250,000 units in 2024. Even if we were somehow able to immediately scale up government construction by over tenfold, the cost would bankrupt us as a country. While subsidized housing can help a sliver of disadvantaged Canadians get on their feet, it cannot fix the market as a whole. Essentially, Minister Robertson has proposed an impractical, economically illiterate solution to Canada's housing crisis. Also, that existing homeowners can profit off of a wildly inflated market at everyone else's expense. His message is essentially a middle finger to younger Canadians who are searching for change after being priced out of the Canadian dream. We shouldn't be surprised by this, though, because Minister Robertson has an awful record on housing. He was Vancouver's mayor from 2008 to 2018, and during his decade-long tenure, the average price of a single-family and semi-detached home rose by 179% throughout the Metro Vancouver area. Minister Robertson never took responsibility for his failures and habitually blamed other levels of government, saying that they didn't provide enough subsidies for more home building. Yet, up until the final months of his tenure, he seemed perfectly fine with maintaining restrictive zoning laws that throttled supply and kept prices high. And, more recently, he has defended the use of extortionate development fees that unfairly tax new homeowners and further drive up costs. If the Carney government wants to fix Canada's housing crisis, this is not a great start. The country deserves credible policy proposals and a credible housing minister, neither of which are being provided.